What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cassie if you are new, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below to stick around for more videos. Today I thought I would quickly film a tattoo tour, or like the tattoo tag, I guess it is. I really love these videos. I love watching I love watching them, but I love seeing what people's tattoos mean to them, and just seeing other people's tattoos and like their placements and just everything, like where they are and all that. Sorry, that was my email. All that cool stuff. So I wanted to do one myself because I do have 7 tattoos, and my 7th one is just like fresh. I mean not fresh, but like I got it only a few weeks ago. So I've got my coffee that I picked up, which I talk about that whole situation, why I got the coffee, in my weekly vlog that I'll have up for you guys soon. Just go ahead and get straight into this tattoo tour. So to start it off, I guess I'll start with my first tattoo. This one's going to be kind of hard to show just because it's on my back. So this one right here on the middle of my back, it is a lotus flower. It was my very first tattoo. I got it as soon as I turned 18. It was literally like my 18th birthday present from my mom. I had been wanting this one. I absolutely love the lotus flower and everything that it stands for. And I also just love like the internal design of it. And actually 6 of my 7 tattoos now have more meaning than they did when I got them, simply because of the context, which I will explain later. So that one is just the lotus flower. Pretty much, if you know anything about the lotus flower grows through mud. Like, it literally comes from the bottom of like a lake or a pond. Not really a lake, a pond, and it grows up through the mud, and it stems all the way up and climbs all the way to the surface, and then it has a beautiful flower on the surface of the water, and it just floats there on the lily pad. So I really love that. It's like just growing through hardships and just, you know, coming out still as beautiful as you deserve to be. So that was my first tattoo. And on a pain scale, I have a high pain tolerance. None of my tattoos really hurt all that much. Let's see, so on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say, even though that was like on the middle of my spine and like on the top of my back, I really don't have a lot of like fat there, it was probably like a 3 or a 4 on a scale of 1 to 10. I said only because I have a high pain tolerance, so that didn't hurt that much. And I also psyched myself up for it because going into it, it was my first tattoo and I was literally pooping my pants. And I thought it was going to be so painful, and it ended up just not being that painful. So my second tattoo was my crescent moon. This is like really awkward angle. My crescent moon on my hand. So this crescent moon on like right on my thumb. It's literally right on my thumb. This one had 2 meanings. I actually got it with my best friend, who I've literally been best friends with since I think like 3rd grade. So she got the sun and I got the moon, and also I just absolutely love the phases of the moon. I love everything that they stand for, and just all like the connection that it brings, and how, you know, the moon controls the tide and everything that's wrapped into the moon. So this one, I absolutely love it. I got this when I was 18. So I'm 21, almost 22, so I think like 4 years ago now I got this one, and it's still one of my absolute favorite tattoos. I always get comments on it. People like love the placement and just where it is, and I also love it. So that was my second tattoo. My third tattoo, I'm trying to think, was this one here on my arm. So this one here on my arm, it says C'est la vie. This one was kind of just a spontaneous tattoo. I really just love the quote. I was going through, at that time in my life, I was going through just some things where I was kind of struggling And I really had a hard time of letting things go and just being like in the moment and remembering that everything happens for a reason. So if you don't know, c'est la vie is French for like that is life, that's life. So this one still has a lot of meaning to me. I also absolutely love like where it is on my arm. I think it looks so cool. So that was my third tattoo. Oh, and by the way, this one on a pain scale of 1 to 10, this one was probably like a 3 or a 4 again, just because it was on my bone. It was a little bit more painful than the one on my back, so I guess maybe like a 5. And this one did not hurt at all. This one was like a 2. Because of where it is, it really wasn't bad at all. So that's my third tattoo. My fourth tattoo was actually this piece right here. These are 2 separate pieces. So it's just this like floral henna design. Actually, this one was a henna design. I literally got henna done and I fell in love with it, and I just went to my tattoo artist. I literally had him just tattoo directly over the henna, and it doesn't have any meaning, I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel that all tattoos need to have meanings. Sometimes you just get a tattoo because you like it, though a lot of my tattoos do have meaning to me now because of what happened. So this was my third tattoo. This one on a pain scale, I would say was probably like a 2. It really didn't hurt. It was like on the thick part of my arm. It was done. It took no time at all. I think it took like maybe an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, so it wasn't bad. My fourth tattoo was, wait, what number? That was my fourth tattoo. My fifth tattoo was this one right here. Again, this one was kind of spontaneous. I actually went to my tattoo artist and literally just said I want something, like I showed him kind of a design like this, but I was like, I just want you to like incorporate these together. So he kind of drew up this design and then literally just tattooed it on my arm. This one was my most expensive one just because you can see all of the detail in it, but I absolutely love it. And on a pain scale, this one was fine right here, but as soon as they started getting back into this sensitive part of my arm, I was like, okay, this is getting a little painful. So I think I would say this part was like a 3 or a 4. This part was probably like a 5, just because it was more sensitive. But that one took a little more time. I think it took like 2.5 hours, just because it has so much detail and the darker parts in it. So that was my fifth tattoo, and that one, I just got it because I liked it. I really like the half sleeve look, and I would like to eventually get into it. I'm just having commitment issues. So my sixth tattoo, this one's also going to be kind of hard to show. This one right here on my foot, which I don't know if you can actually read it or not, is never a failure, always a lesson. And that one was the most painful tattoo that I have gotten of all my tattoos. That one hurt like literally hurt so bad. It was on the most sensitive part of my foot. It took like, it was painful. It hurt. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say it was probably like a 7 or 8. He got into the third word, like failure. And I was like, is it too late to like stop, because this is so painful? But I absolutely love it. I do not regret it whatsoever. Again, it was a time in my life. I think I got this one when I was 20 now. This one means a lot to me. It's just a constant reminder, you know, I see it and it's a constant reminder that everything you do, even if like you are struggling and you're having a really hard time, even if you think you fail, you don't fail. Everything in life, whether you succeed or quote unquote fail, you don't do as well as you want. It's a lesson, you learn something from it. And so that's just a constant reminder for myself that, I mean, in those times where I feel like I cannot go on and I really didn't do good, I didn't do as well as I wanted, I didn't succeed, I didn't get where I wanted. I still learned something from that experience. I still learned something from the moment. So I love that tattoo. So that is my 6th tattoo, and before I move on to the 7th tattoo, I want to quickly just kind of mention, I have said now a few times that all of these tattoos have a deeper meaning to me than like these ones that I literally just got because I liked. They actually do mean something to me now, because the tattoo artist who did all 6 of those tattoos, I loved him. I literally knew him from I knew him for 3 years, 18 to 20. He was the nicest guy, super sweet. But I think it was last year, actually this month, he passed away. It was a super sad thing. I'm not going to go into what happened, but just he passed away. So all of the tattoos that he did for me really just sunk in a lot more and just have a true meaning, because I feel he was a great artist. He was fantastic. I absolutely loved him. He was the sweetest guy. So they all just have, you know, a deeper meaning to me, and they're pieces of artwork on my body that he did that I can remember him by for the rest of my life. So that's what I mean when I say these tattoos have deeper meaning than they did when I first got them. But for my 7th tattoo, I literally just got this one, I guess it was probably like a month and a half ago now. It is, let's see if it won't focus on my face there. It is the Lily of the Valley. I got it here on my wrist. I absolutely love, I mean, when I turn my arm, the thing gets all weird, but I absolutely love the way it looks. It is beautiful. The line is dainty. I love the placement of it. And the Lily of the Valley is actually my birth month flower. I got this one because I've been wanting a flower on my body. I just think they're so pretty. I don't like the big flowers. I like these like dainty little ones. I've been wanting one on my body for a while, and I didn't know what to get, and then I found the Lily of the Valley, which stands for purity, sweetness, and humility, which are all things that I believe in and I like try to show through myself, which just is funny because it's literally the birth month, or the flower that is my birth month flower. Anyways, so I got this one, and I got this one here where I go to school. The guy did an amazing job. I absolutely love it. It turned out great. And this one, on a pain scale of 1 to 10, was probably like a 4, I would say. It was definitely a little more painful when it got closer to the bone. Down here it wasn't bad, but because of the dragging of like the stem, that was the part that was like painful. That was my most recent tattoo, and I love all my tattoos. And do I regret any of my tattoos? No, absolutely not. They all have, you know, meaning to me now, especially those 6 because of the situation. But also, I will never regret any of my tattoos. I know that at the time of my life, I always hear from the older generation, like, oh, when you're 50, 60, 70 years old, you're gonna regret all those tattoos. Why do you get those? Why do you have that? Tattoos aren't, like, you're gonna regret it when you get older. But no, I'm never gonna regret my tattoos. I love all of my tattoos, and I know even when I'm 80 years old and I have all of these tattoos on my body, I'm going to be able to look back on all of them and think about that time in my life when that really had a meaning to me. Think about that time in my life when I was doing this or doing that, and they're just gonna bring wonderful memories for me. So no, I don't regret any of my tattoos, and I don't think I ever will. And I want to get 2 more tattoos. That is my plan for my 22nd birthday, which is next month. I actually want to get an armband right here, like all the way around, and then I want to get a balsam fir tree tattooed on the back of my ankle. I think I'm gonna get those 2 together. So those are my next plan, and I literally want the armband because I love it. I think it's beautiful. Don't have any meaning. The balsam fir, I want it because it does have a little bit of meaning for me. I have always gone camping up in the Adirondacks, which is where the balsam fir is, and I want it on the back of my ankle because I want it to remind me to always stay grounded and to remember my roots and where I came from and all of the memories that tree brings to me. So that one does have some meaning. But that is it for my tattoo tour. I have 7 tattoos. They were all not very painful except for that one on my foot. I don't even know if you guys could really see it. I guess I'll see in editing. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe below for more. And if you want an updated tattoo tour at any point, just go ahead and like comment below. Or if you just want, you know, tips on like, or how much they were, or just tips on like pain or where to get them, go ahead and comment below, because I love talking about them. I love tattoos. And I will see you guys in my next video.